Welcome back to another cult horror movie review. In the late 1950s, producer and director William Castle made a series of low-budget horror movies that would prove profitable, but he was above all a businessman, using a lot of gimmicks and making some of the movies interactive with the audiences. One of the most famous works is The Tingler, starring our favorite horror legend Vincent Price. But just before we get going, if there's a cult horror movie you'd like me to review, just leave me a comment down below. And don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to never miss out on another bad movie review every Friday and cult horror movie review every Tuesday. The Tingler has a very neat and original concept. Vincent Price plays a pathologist who also is running experiments on the side. His main focus is studying fear in human beings. He starts to realize that the tingling sensation people feel in their spine when they're scared is due to this ugly parasite that we've all got in our bodies that feeds off our fears, and the only way to fight against it is to scream. He uses a deaf and mute woman as his guinea pig. He injects her with LSD to give her frightening hallucinations, which is a pretty shitty thing to do, but since she can't scream, the Tingler takes its full form, and that's when Vincent Price's character extracts this monstrosity out of her body. This was a good movie, I really enjoyed it. It's very B-movie-ish, very campy. It utilizes a lot of horror gimmicks, which I found quite interesting. It's kinda self-aware and never takes itself too seriously either, which I found gave it a real charm. We get a great performance as usual from Vincent Price. While he doesn't play his most somber character ever, there's still a mysterious side to this guy. You never really know what he's truly up to. And the skeleton from House on Haunted Hill appears again in the supporting role. Although the way the Tingler walks looks pretty ridiculous in my view. William Castle had many little tricks to make the flick more attractive. For example, near the end, the movie would stop and Vincent Price would encourage the audience in the theater to scream as loud as possible to fight off the Tingler.
Please do not panic, but scream! Scream for your lives! The Tingler is loose in this theater, and if you don't scream, it won't hurt you.
Castle also hired fake nurses and ambulance drivers. They were posted in front of the theater. People would be paid to faint and were then carried away on a stretcher into the ambulance. This guy was full of ingenious marketing schemes to sell his pictures, and it certainly did that. In fact, he even appears at the very beginning to warn the audiences that the movie that they're about to watch is one hell of a fright.
I am William Castle, the director of the motion picture you're about to see.
Overall, The Tingler is a cult classic horror B-movie. I enjoyed it, it's a good movie, and I would definitely recommend it for horror fans.